Hello, online crew. Welcome to today's live where I'm going to share with you the number one way that I am attracting leads online. So we just want to check in whether you are doing this, and if you're not doing this, how I can help you learn how to do this. Okay. So welcome to today's live. I hope you're doing really well. Had a great weekend, all of that. So, this is what's happening in my business at the moment. For those of you that sort of haven't watched any of my lives in the last sort of few weeks or whatever, I was lucky enough to be sort of the number one enroller in my company in all of Australia and New Zealand in November. Did that again in December, and getting lots of leads this month. So I want to share with you what it is that I'm doing so you can adopt this strategy. But more importantly, if you need to learn more about sort of how to execute it, I'm doing something next week that might be really, really helpful for a lot of you. So if you're joining me live, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for saying hello. We've got Facebook here on my business page and my free group, and YouTube and Instagram over here. So hello to all of you that are watching. So just to cut straight to the point, how I'm getting the leads, and I'll give you an example of like today. So I've woken up today. And I wrote them down, and I've woken up to, so this is since I went to bed last night. And what time did I go to bed? I didn't go to bed till about probably 11:30 last night, and I'd cleared out all my messages and leads before I went to bed. So this is in less than 12 hours. Okay. I've woken up to 38 leads on TikTok, new leads, 38 new leads on TikTok, and 37. It's interesting how it's quite even. 37 new leads on Instagram. Okay. So that is 75 fresh leads across those two platforms that I've already messaged and followed up with, etc. So would you like to wake up to 75 new leads in a morning for your business? Would that be helpful for you? Hey, Terry. Good to see you. Thanks for saying hello. So how am I doing this? Okay. Number one, short form video. So we're talking reels. And if you know how to do reels, you can slap up the same video on TikTok. Okay. So short form video. The platforms that I'm getting most of my leads on are Instagram and TikTok, because of the strategy that I'm using around the short form video. Facebook is a little bit different platform, and I believe that everybody should be on Facebook because that's usually where everybody gravitates to check somebody out. Not all the time. Like there's a lot of people that would just stay on Instagram and stay on TikTok. But what enables you, what you're able to do with short form video on Instagram and TikTok is stay laser focused with your target market and your brand. Okay. And when you do that, and every piece of content is around that, you get very high quality leads. And I want to make my point. Which one was it? No, it was TikTok. I haven't looked at how many views I had on Instagram. And for those that are watching on Instagram, it's actually not the account that you're listening to now, the leads. It's another Instagram channel that I've got, which is more product focused. Okay. The views were only 2,000 and something. Okay. So, on the one on TikTok. So, and it's probably similar on Instagram. So only 2,000 and something views, but listen to those leads again. 38 leads on TikTok, 37 leads. I wrote them down when I was going through them earlier. 37 leads. So my point is you don't need to go viral with doing short form video. Would you like to put up a reel and it only has about 2,000 views, which may be more than some of you used to, or maybe you're not, and some of you are not doing reels at all, and get 37 leads or 38 leads from that? Like some people, you need to get that many leads from something that goes like half viral. So that's not a viral video by any means, but how am I managing to get that many leads from a video that doesn't really get that many views? It's because I'm getting very high quality leads. How am I doing that? Because of the way that I structure my short form video. Okay, so that comes down to, the hook and the caption and how I've done the reel and all the rest of it. Like there's a method to the madness. So getting back to how can I help you with this? If you, and then this is concentrating on reels, but if you know how to do reels, you can go over to TikTok and put the same video up there if you're on TikTok as well. Okay. I'm doing a reels boot camp next week for free, just for 3 days. Okay. I won't be live on Instagram at all next week. I won't be live on YouTube at all next week. I won't be live on my business page on Facebook if that's where you're watching from. I will only be live next week in my group doing the Reels Bootcamp. So here it is, Reels Bootcamp. I've even got a workbook for you to work through for the 3 days. I haven't done this Reels Bootcamp for about a year. So if you want to fine tune or maybe you're avoiding reels because you don't really know much about them, or you don't really know how to put them together. You're not really sure of the structure, kind of the format, those kind of things. If you don't really know how to put reels together or anything, like you need to learn more about reels. And also what's happening now and today in reels. You might know how to do reels, but do you know how to create successful reels with only like 2,000 views, but getting 38 leads today in today's environment? Yes, I've got a workbook that you can work through for the 3 days, but it's what I'm going to share with you in the video training over and above what we share in the workbook that you want to listen to, because there's intricacies of how you deal with reels today versus a few months ago, versus a year ago, versus 2 years ago if you were doing reels. Okay. So I'm going to put it up on the screen here, how you can get that information. And if you are listening on Instagram or you should be able to see it on YouTube, but if you're looking on a platform that you can't see what I've got up on the screen here on Facebook, if you go to helenmartinonline.com, so helenmartinonline.com/Reels Bootcamp, that's where you can register for the bootcamp that I'm going to do next week on Reels. Okay. So again, if you're watching from Instagram, you can't see what I'm showing on the screen here. helenmartinonline.com/Reels Bootcamp. And you can register for free. It's happening next week. It's only for 3 days. So it'll be roughly allow an hour kind of each day. The replays will be up for a week. So if you can't join me live, don't stress. The recordings will be in the group that I'm going to do them in, and you've got a week to catch up on that and fill out your workbook. But you need to register to get all the details, the exact timing, the workbook that you can fill out, and I'm doing it all for free. Okay. So if you need to up your game, like let me know, do you need to up your game with reels? Do you need more of a strategy with reels? Do you want to know how I'm getting 75 leads? Like I've woken up to 75 leads for my business from short form video. But there's a strategy around that. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you in the boot camp as well. So you might know physically how to put a reel together, maybe, but have you got the formula to put a great reel together or to attract your target market? And, as I said before, the reason why, like the video I put up last night, and I'll be completely honest with you, yesterday, my day got railroaded. Like I taught my class at the gym. I came home. As soon as I came home, like let's just say a personal issue came up that was completely unexpected, totally railroaded my day. So I didn't get time to record the video that I wanted to, that I was going to put up last night as my reel and my TikTok. But nothing really stops me from putting up a piece of content, not every day, but most days. So I'm thinking, what can I put up that has worked well before? So I've just gone to like a previous reel that I've done that performed well. Not like, if you're looking at my grid, it's not like, just down, like a previous one that did quite well. And I've just repurposed it. So I've woken up to 75 leads today from a video that I actually created previously, and it did quite well. Only 2,000 odd views on TikTok. I don't know what Instagram, I think it was something, similar. So again, it doesn't need to go viral. You just need good, high quality leads. And you do that by targeting the right target market with the message of the problem that you solve. And we'll go through all of that in the boot camp. So what reels look like today and H. So what I'm going through in the 3 days, I did write it down. Where did I put it? I don't know where I put it. It's not on my notes. But let me see if I can remember. So day one, I'll have a look at the workbook. Day one is just about understanding reels and why you should create them. So a little bit of, history and stats for you sort of around that, and why you should create them. So you got a true understanding. When you know the proper purpose of something, you're more likely to stick to it. So there's a method to the madness in why I include that. Day two is about the different types of reels that you could create, different features and examples. Like we've got in the workbook, I've got 25 different types of reels that you could create. And then on day three, what we're looking at is essential elements for your reels to be effective. So there's plenty of people out there doing reels, plenty, but it doesn't mean they're getting any results with them if you don't kind of have the right elements to have a successful reel. Then you might be wasting your time. So that's really important to know when you're creating reels. What are the essential elements that make a reel attract that many leads like I have, in less than 12 hours that I've had that video up, 75 leads across the platforms. Okay. So if you want to know what I'm doing, if you want to learn more about reels, if you want to learn more about reels today in the environment, like, yes, I've got a workbook for you and we'll be going through all of that, but I'll be sharing, it's the video training that goes along with the reels for the 3 days next week that you'll glean so much more about what I do in my business and why I do it and how I'm able to sort of get those kind of leads. So you'll get heaps from the actual video training. Okay. So I'll say it again. If you want to register, you can register for free. It is next week. So next, if you're in the US and Canada, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like late evening, late afternoon or evening, depending what time zone that you're in. And if you're in Australia or New Zealand, it's Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, and Thursday morning at this time. Okay, only in my group. And if you're in the UK, it's like, basically midnight, so you can catch the replays. So again, if you can't join me live, you don't need to stress, because once you register and get the workbook, you'll get the details of the group that it's in, and you can watch the replays before they come down, because all the replays will come down 7 days later. Okay, so you do need to watch them in a timely fashion. But I really hope that this helps a lot of you. Like the reels, and as I said before, if you're doing reels, you can take the same video and just pop it up on TikTok, give yourself double the exposure. Just, you're the only one that knows your life, your time, and whether you can manage both platforms. That's a decision you need to make. But if you're doing the video, you might as well take a few extra minutes and just pop it up on the other platform and give yourself a chance to get leads over there. But I'll run through all of that in the boot camp. So anybody excited about that? For the link again, particularly for those watching on Instagram, helenmartinonline.com/reels bootcamp. If you've got team members that are avoiding reels, need help with reels, share that link with them as well. Get everybody on it. It's completely free. You've got nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain. Okay, so that's next week. I'll still be live the day after next for more training for you here this week. But get registered for the Reels Bootcamp, and I look forward to seeing many of you on it and helping you with the latest and greatest information on Reels. Okay, but for now, I'll see you in my live in a couple of days' time. Bye.